We are Blackboard. We are Detroit.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
Last night, Jordan Zimmerman dominated the Rangers in a snappy 2 hours and 5 minutes. Tigers games this year, 14 minutes shorter than last season. That is the largest decrease in Major League Baseball. We are playing at a snappy pace these days. Another great day for baseball as we welcome you to Comerica Park. Gorgeous afternoon here, Game 3, featuring the Tigers and the Rangers. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba, Kirk Gibson, glad to have you with us here for Game 3 in the series. A snappy 2:05 last night, Gibby, and it's been a while since we've seen one of those.
It really is, and it's been a while since we watched Jordan Zimmerman do that, throw that type of game, but it was a great, very refreshing. They had to wait for the fireworks. I got to go across the street and watch the Beck show over at the Fox Theater, and it kind of refreshed everybody, including the truck here for the telecast today. But the Major League average has been faster all around. Detroit's faster yet, and it makes for a good game. I thought it was a real sharp game, well defended, lots of strikeouts, and the defense is ready for those games. Hopefully we'll get another quick one today from Mike Fiers.
A good night for you. You got to see a concert, and the Tigers won. Pretty good. Mike Fiers on the hill here this afternoon for the Tigers, and well, Mike's been as good as it gets in the big leagues.
He really has. That's why they signed this veteran Mike Fiers with Houston last year. He expects success. He expects to throw the ball very well. And really, his last 5, he's thrown the ball very, very good. He's had great command in his last start, 10 of 13 first pitch strikes. 393 average in his cutter in 2017 and 18. It's only 115. That's really the pitch that he's added this year so far. Is a cutter, throwing it way, way more. To add with his fastball, his changeup, and his curveball. And if you look at the numbers here in his last 2 games, 15 innings, 8 hits only, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 10 Ks. So he's throwing the ball very well, and he's confident that he can go today and get the Tigers a win.
Tigers trying to make it 2 straight here in Game 3 in the series, just minutes away. After a short break to the Call Sam Studios, we go in Mickey York. Last night, James McCann really impacted the game, throwing runners out and hitting 2-run homers. Tigers and McCann take on the Rangers next.
indications of what a bank can be come to Comerica. And by Ram Trucks, built to serve. Mickey York back with you here in the Call-Sam studio on a beautiful afternoon for baseball here at Comerica Park. And it was a beautiful night last night for James McCann. The McCannon cut down another victim, and his McMuscles launched his 5th home run of the season into the seats to give the Tigers all the offense they would need in last night's victory over the Rangers. McCann back behind the plate this afternoon as Mike Fiers returns to the mound against the Rangers. Fiers coming off his longest outing since his no-hitter in 2015. 8 innings last time out. How many today? His first pitch is next on Fox Sports Detroit.
Rangers Tigers in game 3 in this series. Mike Fiers on the hill for the Tigers, presented by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Yeah, really throwing the ball well in his last two walks, 10 strikeouts at Comerica Park in 10 starts, 3-2 record with a 2.85 ERA. He ranks 7th in the American League with a 1.94 walks per 9. You can see the rest of the numbers there as well.
So Fiers will take on the Rangers on a gorgeous afternoon here at the ballpark. The Tigers won game 2 in the series last night, so these two teams have split the first 2 games in what will be a 4-game series. Short homestand for the Tigers. Shin-Soo Choo getting set to lead things off. He settles into the batter's box.
Talking about how quick the game was last night and the pace of play picking up. This really does freshen these teams up. Tigers been having the rainouts early in the season. Oh, look at here.
First pitch is hammered deep into right center field, way back. And that ball is going to go off the wall, and it's going to roll away from the center fielder, Jones. Chu will stop at second, and he pulls in with a long double. Chu homered in the first game of the series to lead it off, and now he's got a two-bagger.
Is he hurt? He should have been on third base. I mean, that ball's off the wall. I mean, maybe he thought it was a home run. I'm not sure, but he was just jogging.
Yeah, that should have been a triple.
Now, if you're Nick, you want to try it. Only one guy can go in. One guy has to go out. Maybe they thought it went out, but watch Chu. He just kind of maybe thinks it went out of the stadium, but did the Tigers a favor. Still have an opportunity to hold him from scoring.
Here is Elvis Andrus. Once that ball rolled away from the center fielder Jones, it looked like an easy triple for Chu.
Who couldn't have made that?
Anybody could have made that, I guess. Here's the 1-0 pitch. On one hop, nice play by Iglesias. That'll hold the runner, one gone. Here's the rest of the Rangers lineup presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Chu, Andrus, and Mazzara in the top three spots. You got Beltre batting cleanup. Rougned Odor is the second baseman. Profar is at first in this game today. Gallo back in the lineup. Chirinos and DeShields rounded out.
Now, if the Tigers would have had their infield back right there and Chu was on third, he would have scored. Just gives the Tigers an opportunity to get out of it. He's going to have to get Mazzara here.
Mazzara is 1 for 8 in this series. He does have an RBI. Ball one from Fires.
Mazzara's been pretty strong on the inside part of the plate. You see, if we were talking about the cutter that Fires has been using more and more. He's got a good cutter going right now. See if he can jam him in there, but if you cannot miss in there, this guy's got huge power.
Mazzara this year has hit 15 home runs. He has knocked in 56.
Really special shift right here. You got two guys together. This is a modified shift, not the full shift. As the Tigers continue to study their data.
Bender that drops in nicely, 1 and 2.
Good curveball. This ball looks, as you're a hitter, it looks like it's going to be a high fastball. Look at this grip, boy. He really snaps that off. Good job of staying down by McCann. So the umpire gets a good look at the top of the strike zone.
Sprayed foul back out of play. Fire's not a guy, as we have seen now that we've watched him pitch in a Tigers uniform for about 3 months. Not a guy that will blow you away at 95, 96 and beyond. His average fastball about 88.6 miles per hour. But he gets it done in different ways.
Yeah, he relies on location and movement of the ball. The cutter, the curveball, the changeup, high fastballs.
And we have seen Fires keep some pretty good offenses off balance this year. Trying to do the same against a Texas team coming into play today.
And that was a real good block by James McCann. That's great for a pitcher to know that the catcher's going to block it if he throws it in there. That was done by design. Hope to get a chase on that, but he didn't get it.
Ground ball right side. Out in the grass is Goodrum. His throw is in time for the out.
I don't know.
And Mazzara says, check that one.
McLaren Health brings you the Tigers starting defense today. Left field, Mikey Matuk. Jacoby's in center with Nicholas Castellanos again in right. Chamber Candelario back at third base with Iglesias at short. Nico Gudrum at second with John Hicks at first. James McCann behind the plate. Mike Fiers on the mound.
Rangers are not challenging this. It was bang bang. Runner at third down with 2 outs for Beltre. Ball 1. If you want to challenge a play in the first inning, you have to be fairly sure you're going to win that challenge.
You know, that's the thing about playing the shift. You'll see many times how deep the shift guy is, the swing guy. And if somebody runs, you know, if you run out of that box hard, you see a lot of guys almost concede to the shift. I don't care how slow you are, but if you get out of that box, it'll force them to play shallower. If you allow them to play deeper, they're going to take many more hits away from you.
Beltre waits on a 1-1. Ground ball to second should get him out of the inning. Goodrum has it, and nothing comes of the leadoff double. We'll go to the bottom of the first. No score. The Tigers starting lineup presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. For Detroit, it'll be Mata, Castellanos, Goodrum in the top 3 spots. John Hicks batting cleanup, then V-Mart and Candelario back in there. McCann, Iglesias, and Jacoby Jones. Facing the left-handed offerings of veteran Cole Hamels, presented by MGM Grand Detroit.
Knows what he's doing. Has posted 5 innings in each of his first 17 starts of 2018. But only 1 or 0 runs of support in 10 of 17. But you can see 104 strikeouts to only 37 walks. He's got good stuff. He's definitely on the block, and the Tigers will have to make him throw strikes. He likes to throw a slider a lot down and under the hands of the right-handed hitters that the Tigers will be putting up at the plate today.
Mikey Matuk leading it off, adding 200 on the year. And Mikey looks at a ball outside, 2-0. Jerry Meals behind the plate. He is also the crew chief. Siegel, Morales, and Ed Hickox rounding out the 4-man crew. Matuk looks at a strike, 2-1. Seems like every year Cole Hamels' name comes up once the trading deadline comes around. And of course the Rangers got him a couple of years back at the deadline. Fly ball toward right field, slicing away from Mazzara, and it's out of play.
Well, let's go ahead.
I was going to say it's about as nice as you can get today, right, Gibby?
Oh, it is 77 degrees so far, Comerica. Not as humid. Go back about 4 days.
Huh.
About face, winds into left field at 11 miles an hour. Forecast perfect. You probably got up this morning about 6 and took a nice run, didn't you?
Me?
Yeah.
No. The short answer there is no. You did probably, though. 2-2 is swung on and missed. He chased up top.
Brisk walk.
Brisk walk. That's good.
Let's take a look at the Rangers starting defense now. Joey Gallo out in left field. He's back in the lineup today. Delino Shields again in center. Nomar Mazara in right. Jurickson Profar at first. Rukned Odur at second. Elvis Andrus at short. Adrian Beltre, the old future Hall of Famer. He's at third base. Robinson Chirinos at catching, and Cole Hamels on the mound.
There is Joey Gallo back in the lineup today. He was scratched after getting hit in the eye during batting practice yesterday. Nick did not go there. Ball 1 from Hamels.
They really been pounding Nick inside. They sawed him off 3 times in yesterday's game, so he'll be prepared for that today.
By the way, if the Tigers combine for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow. Free small order of curly fries will be yours. Tigers had a couple long balls in the game last night. McCann and Jacoby Jones. Fouled away again. 1-2 on Castellanos.
Cole Hamels, like I said, he's a veteran guy who came over from Philly. Very successful before he got to the Rangers. The Rangers were competing at the time. Signed a deal there, and who wouldn't want him? Kind of tall. He's got great mechanics. Hides that ball behind the head.
That ball is launched deep to left field, way back, and it is gone. Nick Castellanos drills his 15th of the year. 1-0 Tigers.
Well, he didn't hide this one, did he? Down and in. Nick was waiting. He was talking about it. They pounded him in yesterday. He got jammed. Today, probably went in the cage and worked on it. He got that one. Now, he's also coming off a 0-point day with the Ram pick the stick. And that's a 6-pointer already, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Attaboy.
Castellanos hit with 411 feet to give the Tigers an early lead. Nico swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Goodrum batting third today, playing second again. He has settled into that spot. Dixon Machado designated for assignments a couple of days ago.
Watch Nick's. Watch his bat head. Watch how direct it goes straight down to that ball. So that is so short. Didn't dip underneath it. Barreled it. He just reacts. He looks for every pitch is a fastball. Reacts to the curveball. But when you look for the curveball sometimes, or it's in the back of your mind, you tend to get long on the fastball, but not with Nick.
That homer, by the way, snapped a 0 for 10 string for Nicholas. Hamels has gone 2-2 on Goodrum. Low ball 3. Roll to third, foul.
Did you hear that?
I did.
Who was that?
I don't know. It's pretty loud though.
Somebody didn't like what happened.
Back up the middle, into center field, base hit. Nico aboard.
Tell you, Nico, he gets a lot of broken bat hits. Watch him keep his hands in. It gets down on the off the barrel. He's strong. Look, he keeps right up the middle. It's a broken bat. Goes down as a good soldier, as we call it. took his right hand almost off the bat when he hit that. It was almost a one-hand hit. But I noticed he got one of those yesterday, I believe.
So now here is John Hicks with 1 on, 1 out, and a run in. Runner goes. Tigers being very aggressive. He is in there safe with a swipe. Tigers ain't playing around today.
I mean, he really went late. He made sure that Hamels, he's in there. He was in there unless he came out the bag. Look how late he goes. He really just reads it. He's aggressive. Got the hand in there, that right arm. Nice low slide towards the back of the bag.
Bouncer up the middle into center field, a base hit. Here comes Goodrum rounding third. He will score. John Hicks with an RBI single, and the Tigers lead 2-0.
Tigers off to a real good first inning right here. Got the home run by Nick. Now here they come. Look at the grip right here. John Hicks has been swinging the bat well. Right after the steal by Nico, he comes around to score. He gets around those bases good.
3 straight hits for the Tigers. Now they lead 2-0, and here is Victor Martinez. Ball 1. That ball skipped inside, and it's blocked by Chirinos. How about these first innings for Cole Hamels? 13 runs allowed in the first inning and 18 starts.
Usually settles in after that. Let's hope not.
The home run allowed to Castellanos now gives Hamels 21 homers allowed, and only Jacob Junis and his teammate Bartolo Colon have allowed more homers this year. A lot of big flies. Victor slicing one foul out of play. 1-2 on Martinez.
Let's take a look one more time at Nico Goodrum running the bases. Good route right on that inside corner. Hardly comes out on the grass. Rangers have no chance of getting that. You just look at this game already. We speculated that Chu thought the ball was out, but he jogged to second, ended up not scoring. Probably would have had he been on third. Here the Tigers get the home run, which is an obvious a run, and then Nico gets on and steals. Hicks takes it. Now, how many times have you seen a guy foul a ball off? Takes the pitch. Next pitch gets a base hit up the middle, and there's a run that they manufactured. So really, it's a 2-run swing already. We're not even through the first inning. Make sense?
Makes sense. Tigers being very aggressive early in this game. It's paid off so far. Now Hicks at first for Victor Martinez. Little things that sometimes you don't pay attention to add up. Meanwhile, Hamels misfiring again, and he's gone to 3-2 on Victor. Well, Hamels has had a decorated career, to be sure, but his numbers coming in this year not Cole Hamels like. 4-7 with an ERA north of 4. Candelario waiting on deck. Runner goes on 3-2, and it's ball 4. So Vimart gets a walk, and the struggles continue for Hamels.
Cole Hamels, 4-time All-Star, MVP of the National League Championship Series, World Series MVP, and a no-hitter. So he's not comfortable in this situation. The Tigers got some pressure on him now. They want to keep it going.
Doug Brocail's got to be a little bit concerned with the way this one has started. Still only 1 out in the inning, and Hamels already has thrown 25 pitches.
Doug Brocail, ex-Tiger, and a beauty.
Ball 1 to Candelario. Ron Gardenhire gave Candelario 2 days off, Gibby, but also in his return to the lineup, he put him 6th in the lineup today.
Smart. Both occasions. I think that's very smart, well thought out veteran move.
That'll miss low and away, and the count goes 2-0.
He gave him a strike there, I believe.
Check it, 1-1.
It was outside.
Jerry Meals, your home plate umpire.
Ed Hickox, the home plate umpire yesterday, had a nice zone for the pitchers. Looks like Jerry Meals may be similar. You know, when that happens, pitchers get in the rhythm and the games really move on.
Last night, 205 and a masterpiece by Jordan Zimmerman. That is up top. 3-1 now on Jamer. Boy, Hamill started the sitting by striking out Matuk, and it's been all downhill since for him. Two on, 1 out. And he walked in ball 4. That will load the bases. Five straight have reached since the strikeout of Matuk. A little bit of a breather now as Chirinos goes out to the mound, and look at this, the Rangers now getting somebody warming up very quickly as Matt Moore starts to tune up.
Another lefty.
Well, the Tigers can bust this one open here with a big hit from McCann. Concern on the Rangers bench. .30 pitches now for Hamels, and only 1 out. Strike 1 on McCann.
McCann looked good yesterday, got the home run, hit the ball deep to right center field. This series 1 for 3 with the home run and 2 RBI. 224 in the year. He's been doing some work on his swing.
Threw it by him, 0-2. Fastball from Hamels to get ahead of the count. Tigers this year as a team batting only .217 with the bases loaded. They'll try and up that a few percentage points here with Hicks and Martinez and Candelario aboard.
.143, 3 grannies with them loaded. McCann.
Swing and a miss. He tied him up and struck him out. 2 away.
Kind of one of the nasty sliders that Hamels has thrown here in the first inning. This is how he likes to do it. There's the first 2 pitches. That's one I'm talking about, down underneath the hands. Right over top. James, get him next time.
So with 2 outs, here is Iglesias. Iggy batting .270, 1 for 7 in this series.
He's been hot. Keep it going.
.1-1. It's been a nasty pitch for Hamels, who, by the way, really struggled in his last start against the White Sox. 5 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs. And he was taken out after 81 pitches in that game.
He's getting that slider working a little bit here against the Tigers.
Chopper off the glove. No play. A run will score. Infield hit. Iglesias gets an RBI.
There, you got it right at him. Pitchers many times should let the ball go. His middle infielder would have had that ball. Probably Elvis Andrus. It's just a reaction to reach for it, deflects it. Tigers pick another one up, and Iglesias with the infield hit and an RBI.
So the Tigers will bat around here in the first inning. 9th man coming to the plate, and that'll be Jacoby Jones. Swing and a miss. Over top of that breaking ball, and the count 0-1 now on Jones. Jacoby had a big hit last night. Tigers had a 2-1 lead, and then the Jones home run in the 8th made it 3-1 to give them a little bit of breathing room going into the 9th.
Playing 80 of 90 games.
To center field on a line to Shields. Oh, he dropped it. 2 runs will score, maybe 3. Here comes Iglesias to the plate. He will score. The Shields drop the ball in center, and the Tigers get 3 more runs. He seemed twisted around from the get-go.
Yeah, there's some wind currents going on out there. Plus, that ball might have been a knuckleball. Jacoby centered it. You just tell the Shields did not look like he was on it. Did a little karaoke move right there. Off a slub. He made a good throw in there. But a poor tag by Odor allows Jacoby to go to second and Iglesias to score.
Three runs in on the drive to center field, and Doug Brocail is out to have a talk with Hamels, who has surrendered 6 in this inning.
6 spot. Little dinger here. We'll have a snowman on this beautiful day.
Well, it's been a nightmare shinny for Cole Hamels, and it started with a strikeout, but it's been downhill since.
They give him a hit or an error in that.
Still waiting on the ruling on that play. I know this, the Tigers taking full advantage. An error on the center fielder, E8. Swing and a miss.
Let's take a look at the Shields one more time. You see him backpedaling, then he has to turn the other way. And it just didn't work out. Worked out for the Tigers as they scored 3 additional for 6 in the inning.
6 runs on 4 hits and 1 big error by the center fielder DeShields, which is going to continue to elevate the pitch count now for Hamels. Matuk swings and misses. 1-2 on Mikey.
Everybody's got something of record. So Victor and Candyman with the walks.
One and two on Matuk. Line drive to center base hit. This will score another run. Matuk is on his way to second, and he is safe. It's a double and an RBI from Mikey. 7-0 Tigers.
That's it.
Cole Hamels will not survive the first inning. So that is back-to-back starts in which he's given up 7 runs, but the error will at least save his ERA this day.
Yeah, he's 4 of them are going to be unearned.
So Hamels departs, and we'll be back.
Nicholas Castellanos gets it out, starts with the home run, and then the barrage starts. Nico up the middle. He steals the base, and John Hicks on his first single of the game goes after a couple of walks. Iglesias plates a couple. Then Jacoby Jones sends a knuckleball out there to Shields, and Mikey Montook sends Cole Hamels to the showers. 7 runs with the Tigers in the first inning, 7-zip. We got a new pitcher in Matt Moore.
Wall side windows pitching change. The numbers on Matt Moore, who recently was sent to the bullpen back on the 13th of June. Castellanos homered earlier in the inning. Takes another rip, 1 ball, 1 strike.
First game scoring 7 runs in the first inning since 2016.
Matt Moore at one time was a 17-game winner with the Tampa Bay Rays in his only All-Star year.
1-5 this year.
And he is on to pick up pieces of a very shocking outing for Cole Hamels here in the first. Nick looks at a ball low, and the count goes to 2-1.
Kind of a reverse split guy this year. Lefty's hitting 370 off him. Righty's 330. He's not throwing the ball like he did back there in Tampa in that special year you're talking about. It's hard to keep your level that high when you play that long.
He was traded by the Rays to the Giants in 2016. And then traded by the Giants to the Rangers December of last year. 2-2 on Nicholas Castellanos. Meanwhile, Mike Fiers, the recipient of all of these runs.
Speaking of Mike Fiers, it's great to get 7 runs. It's tough to sit down that long. Like this innings had to been 15-20 minutes, maybe more.
Meanwhile, 3-2 now on Castellanos. Toward right field, slicing foul.
Let's take a look at StatCast, powered by AWS. There you see the shifts, the infield alignment, the percentages why they do it. I really think right here is the spot to be. You can see the 36%. It's how they study these alignments in the data. You can see the infielders where the high incidence was, and Nick hits a bullet thing out.
Right to Gallo to end the inning. Big inning it was. They score 7 times on 5 hits, and boom, the home run by Castellanos got it going. We go to the second. Bernstein advantage. Mike Fiers had the advantage over Toronto in his last start.
Well, the 8 innings, that's the first time since 2015 is no hitter. Strike rate was great. First pitch strike rate even better.
Rougned Odor leads it off as we go to the second. Odor, Profar, and Gallo for the Rangers. Rangers threw 48 pitches in that first inning, most of them by the starter Cole Hamels, who departed early. Fiers now with the 0-1. Odor is 0 for 6 in the series. Here's how they play him defensively.
That's a full shift. 3 to the right. Candy over there by himself on the left side of the diamond.
Bounce again, 2 balls and 1 strike.
So you might think, well, go, you got a 7-run lead. This is going to be easy. I'll just go out there and, you know, they're just going to lay down. Well, they won't lay down, number one, and it is really hard. You do get stiffened up. You know, he was warmed up, ready, in good rhythm, had a good first inning. And all of a sudden got out of a mess actually in the first. Now he's just trying to feel himself. It's like a re-warm-up period going on right now.
2-2 on Odor. Well, Fiers in a really good stretch right now. He's 5-2 in his last 7 starts, but more importantly, an ERA of 2.68. And really, the Tigers have not gotten him a whole lot of runs until today.
And he's enjoying it.
Here's the 2-2. Here you go. 3 runs of support or fewer in each of his previous 10 starts. A 7 spot in the first inning today. Odor pops it up. Middle of the infield, Candelario and Iglesias, and Iggy calls him off. One gone. By the way, stay tuned to Tigers Live following the game. We'll select the Fox Sports Detroit Tigers player of the game, presented by McDonald's. A whole lot of candidates today.
So far, a lot of action.
One gone now for Jurickson Profar. It was the Rangers that jumped out to a 7-0 lead in game 1 in the series. Tigers able to chip away, got to within 7-5 before eventually losing. And so, yes, a 7-run spread in the first inning is very nice to have, but especially with a team like the Rangers that can hit, a lot of baseball to be played.
Well, you've seen it several times where, again, you can't just throw the ball down the middle. It's early. If you ever want to have 7 runs scored on you, you want to have it in the first inning. So you got 8 more innings to chip away and try and equal and better your opponent.
Tigers, when they fell behind 7-0 in game 1, eventually brought the winning run to the plate in the 9th inning.
And lost, what, 7-4.
That's fouled back out of play. 1-2 by Profar, or on Profar.
Now, the one thing that should be easier, if you get behind in the count, you can afford to throw one, not be so fine with it. They hit it out. You don't see many teams hit 6 or 7 home runs in a game.
Belted to right field. Castellanos going back, leaps and makes the catch. Oh, another fine play by Nick.
So when you're going to watch on this replay, when Nick was feeling, he knew he had to get back fast. He did a really good job of not reaching too early on this. As you're going towards that wall, you know it, you can feel it. He is not to the track yet. Instead of getting that short arm, he stays concentrated, relaxed, and makes the catch. Mike likes it.
He definitely approves, and a double written all over it. Joey Gallo, the batter. Gallo did not play yesterday. Late scratch from the lineup. He had a home run that went a long way in game 1.
453.
That was his only hit in game 1 in the series. 1 for 4.
Candy on the move right there as we watched.
(3-0).
See Gallo Thursday, 453 feet. That's the second longest here this season.
Without surprise, Giancarlo Stanton is at the top of that list.
Herman.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4. 2-out walk for Gallo. First of the ball game now for Fires. Tickets for the Alan Trammell and Jack Morris Hall of Fame and number retirement dinner are on sale now. Tigers fans can enjoy an evening with the 2 Tiger greats on Thursday, August 9th at the Motor City Casino Hotel. Select ticket packages include a private meet and greet and more. If you'd like tickets, go to tigers.com/HOF dinner. Pretty good gathering here today and a gorgeous afternoon in the Motor City.
Might get to roast him a little bit myself.
Really?
Had to throw a couple digs in there.
Are you writing material as we speak?
Always open to it. When you do that, you got to realize, though, they always have last mic at their own ceremony.
Oh, true.
But I'll try and push him a little bit. Great man.
Chirinos, the batter. Now he's gone 2-0, so Mike has lost sight of home plate a little bit here. Here's the 2-0 pitch. In there, a strike, 2-1.
.30 pitches so far for Mike. 17 strikes, 13 balls.
High, towering fly ball to the left field. Matuk circling at the warning track, and that'll end the inning. No runs, a walk, and one man left. We go to the bottom of the second.
Encounter that happened last night. Jordan Zimmerman on the mound with his best effort of the year. He's been hurt quite a bit. Look at the breaking ball and the slider, the fastball lively. 11 strikeouts last night. It's the best again this year, and set a real good pace, a 2 hour and 5 minute game. And the Tigers are off to a good start tonight so far today.
That 2 hour 5 minute game tied for the second shortest in the major leagues this year.
It's the shortest?
Second shortest. Goodrum leading it off. Nico had a single, stole a base, scored a run in the first. Here's the 1-1. Three to 1 now on Goodrum. Hicks and then Martinez will follow here in the Tigers' second.
Well, let's take a look at Zim's last night. He was the man. 8 innings pitched, most Ks since 2014. That was his no-hitter. Only run was on the leadoff by Chu. 56 breaking balls, no hits, 13 whiffs, and 9 Ks. So the hook has been money for the last two.
That ball belted to the alley in right center. It's going to be extra bases. And a double for Goodrum, who has his second hit already.
He's got sock in his bat, doesn't he?
He does have some thump.
Right now he's good there. You see they're staying away. This one's middle. They got a good good bounce right here. And look at Nico. He just glides around. He reminds me like Devon White. Nice big long strides. Smartly pulled up.
Here is John Hicks.
Nobody out. Why chance it?
Tigers now have 6 hits already in this game. Of the 7 runs that Cole Hamels allowed today, only 3 were earned. Big rip there by Hicks. John back at first base in the game today as Gardy's used him as a backup catcher. And of course, he took over at first base when Miguel Cabrera was placed on the DL. Versatile guy that really has kind of come into his own this year. He has played more games this year than all of last year. Ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 2 now on Hicks. Matt Moore had to come on, get the final out of the first inning. He got Castellanos to line to left.
Even though it's 7-0, still want to tack this on.
3-2.
So I got to believe they're going to throw him a breaking ball here. He likes the fastball, does John Hicks.
Fouled back out of play. Talked about Matt Moore winning 17 games in 2013 with Tampa Bay, and the very next year he suffered a torn labrum which required surgery, and that pretty much derailed what at the time seemed to be a very promising career.
Well, that's shoulder, and he threw the ball a lot harder at the time.
And he walked him, so the struggles continue for Texas pitching. 2 on, nobody out. Catch the FIFA World Cup semifinals on Fox. Pogba and teen sensation Mbappe lead France against Lukaku and Belgium. Holy smokes. Coverage begins Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. We're streaming live on the Fox Sports app.
Better you trying that than I.
Oh, man. Nobody out here is Victor Martinez. Vimar backed out of there.
That was quick. I thought that had him.
Was able to skip out of the way. Martinez walked against Hamels in the first and scored a run. Tigers picked up 2 walks in that first inning. Candelario had the other. In there, a strike called, 1-1. Tigers last night with that Zim start now have 9 of 10 games in which they have gone 6 or more innings, and that's exactly what Rick Anderson is trying to preach here. Go deeper in games, help save the bullpen. Hopefully more of the same from Fiers today. 1-2.
They keep tacking on, they'll be able to leave fires out there until he gets to his pitch count, which will probably be around 100 pitches. Generally, I think 109 is his top this year. Rest the pin. Much the same they rested Candy. Do the same to the bullpen if they can.
2-2.
In the cool weather, the cooler weather, less humid, helps a lot. Is that another Mickey bat?
It is. That's McCann, who homered with Cabrera's bat last night.
They're everywhere.
Now the 2-2. Just got a piece staying alive. Tigers have one more here against the Rangers tomorrow, and then it's on the road for 6, which will lead us to the All-Star break.
Wonder what time Mr. Castellanos is going to leave. Now, they haven't announced anything yet, but I don't know who else could they possibly pick.
Got to be Nick. Sliced right to the second baseman. Great play, Odor, and they will throw to first for the double play. Rougned Odor with a short hop pick and a flip to second to start 2.
Yeah, this was dangerous. This is a bullet. Kind of a little ole. Victor's he's out. Didn't really want to get in front of that, did he?
Really can't say I blame him. That thing was smoked.
Yeah. Used to be an old saying, get the married guys off the infield when they're hit like that.
Here's Jamer now with 2 outs and a runner at third. Candelario walked in, scored in the first inning. Tigers scored 7 in the first. Chambers squibs one off the end of the bat. And Moore will cover for the out to retire the side. Carlos Gomez wasn't too happy with the water coolers earlier in the week. He's attempted to make nice. More on that from Mickey York after the break.
Remember on Wednesday, the Rays' Carlos Gomez lost his cool and took out his frustrations on support. Oh, well, wait a minute, this is a family show. We gotta be careful here. Apparently, he made up with said coolers, gave a few kisses, even attached a note on a dugout jug saying, I'm sorry, I hope we can be cool again. We do appreciate the effort, and don't you just love a story with a happy ending, Mario and Gibby?
Not sure there was a happy ending for that cooler. That thing got ripped pretty good.
It's tough. It didn't even dent it. There's not even a nick out of it.
Here's Delano to Shields. He'll get it started out for the Rangers against Mike Fiers. Well, Mr. Gomez has known to be a little bit, shall we say, fiery in the past. And apparently, he got a little bit upset and just killed a couple of coolers.
Like it was the cooler's fault, right?
Yeah, that always is. Chop toward third. Jamer with a backhand throws him out. Did you ever make it out and then slam your bat to the ground like it was the bat's fault?
Several times, yeah. Yeah, broke it too. That's why I had to have several dozen in reserve.
Here is Shin-Soo Choo.
Watch first pitch fastballs to Choo right now. He doesn't let him go by.
Choo doubled to start the ball game off the wall in right field, but the Rangers could not get him in. Homer to the ball game last night. Couple of extra base hits. Swing and a miss. So Choo now with a 46 game on base streak, courtesy of his double in the first. He's also a guy that will take his walks. His on base percentage has always been high in his career, and he is third in the AL in walks this year.
What is he, 45 games now?
46 counting today.
On base.
Choo, a native of South Korea.
He used to play right field, but he's DH both games here. Seeing the ball very well, you could just tell the way he took that pitch. Didn't jump at it at all.
Defensively, they got Choo swung around toward right field. They give up the entire left side of the infield. Now the 2-2. Chop foul, first base side. Here is Chevrolet's most dependable player. Want to focus on Shin-Soo Choo in that active 46 game on base streak now. It ties Julio Franco for the longest in Rangers history. Julio Franco back in what, 1993 established that mark.
Yeah, both Indians at one time.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and Choo is out of there.
Good changeup down in the zone. Had good depth to it.
2 away.
Here's fastball, curveball, a couple more curves, and then the changeup there in the end. There it is, split.
Here is Elvis Andrus. Bouncer up the middle and into center field. Andrus with a 2-out single. Second hit of the game now for the Rangers.
Elvis goes the other way quite a bit. That one up the middle. Doesn't pull the ball very often. I don't think he'd be running down by 7 runs. But you still have to hold him.
We're talking about Julio Franco. He played until he was 48 years old in the major leagues.
Can't imagine.
48. That's unreal. Omar Mazara, the batter. So how old were you when you retired?
38.
So could you imagine him playing 10 more years?
Well, I was very sore when I got up in the morning. Took a lot to get going. So, you know, some guys, though, they don't abuse themselves. They don't have the pain. But it's still 48. That's pretty incredible. You've been given a gift for sure.
Yeah, aside from the physical attributes of being able to put up with the pounding for that long, it's just not losing your hand-eye coordination, being able to be still productive at that age.
Yeah, your depth perception goes.
2-1 on Mazzara. He grounded out in the first inning. Swing and a miss. He went up top, 2-2. You got Beltre waiting on deck. Here's the 2-2. Full count.
Really bright out here at the field today. Seems like that infield's all nice, or the whole field's all nice and mowed and manicured, and the sun beating down on it.
Not a cloud in the sky this afternoon.
Now this is summer. That hot, humid stuff is not.
Yeah. Nice clear day today. Runner going on 3-2, and it's strike 3 called. He got him looking. Mazzara is out of there. Second strikeout for Fires. James McCann went deep in last night's game. Miggy gets some of the credit. Find out why next.
Know your own power. Salvi Perez, June 21st, 2017. The big fly. We've seen that before. Look at Miguel Cabrera. Did last night. James McCann showing his power off as well. Miggy's gone, but Miguel Cabrera bat again. Boy, I want one of those.
Now, does Cabrera get any credit for those home runs in terms of the stats?
I don't think so.
He'd give him like a half homer.
I don't think so. You give him an attaboy. Thank you.
Those are worthless. McCann fouls it back 0-1.
You know, from time to time, guys use different bats. By the way, my next theme thing I want to do is on bats.
Nice.
From time to time, you know, you change your bats, and you do use other people's bats from time to time. I used Bill Matlock's in '87 against Tom Henke, because he used kind of a shorter bat and it was lighter, and I kind of had a slow pull going at the time, and I hit a home run with it. So it happens from time to time. It's kind of cool. A little better feel. Get that other one that's you're failing with time and time again out of your hands. Of course, we know Miggy's bats know how to hit for sure.
You know, I'm noticing that when guys use another player's bat, it's usually a really good player. Did you ever use a guy's bat that hit like 200?
Well, I used another guy's bat that was really good, and that's Al Kaline.
Oh.
M110.
Yeah.
Can goes
good.
down.
One away.
Another breaking ball down underneath. Matt Moore, look at that's out front right there. And there you see the grip, and he's just going to snap it off.
So Moore is making what is amounted to a start here today for the Rangers. Had to come on in the first inning for Cole Hamels, who was knocked out after giving up 7, but only 3 earned. Moore had made 12 starts this year, had an ERA of north of 8, and so he's been relegated to the bullpen. Popped up foul. And it'll get back out of play. Now I say relegated to the bullpen, and that's not really a fair term because bullpen arms are just as important throughout the course of the year as the starting arms.
It is, and who cares where, as long as you're playing. There's not many of those jobs around, and I'd say the reason you can say relegated because I think one of the best jobs you could have ever would be to be a starting pitcher. You know, you're going to pitch every 5th day. And your routine is what it is, right? You could plan it out. Where the other positions in the relief pitchers, they have no idea. They might play, they might not play. Might face this guy, might face that guy.
Slice towards second. Odor down to a knee, and Iglesias is out 2 away. Let's bring in Matt Shepard with more on Jacoby Jones.
Mario, we focus a lot on offensive statistics for players. Jacoby Jones is making his 23rd start in center field today. He started 48 games in left field. What has allowed him to make that transition from left to center is primarily his athleticism, especially in this ballpark. It's required. It's his good jumps off the batted ball, but also because of what he was able to do when he was younger. He was a shortstop starting out. He loved the ability to take charge. He loved the ability to communicate. And of course, that's required at the center field spot, especially in this ballpark. And Gibby, you know as well as anybody, when you're playing with a center fielder who's as athletically gifted and as speedy as Jacoby Jones, he helps out both corner outfielders.
Yes, he does. He helps cover him up and maybe can cheat and cover more the other way if he has to. If there's one of his cornermen are slower, doesn't cover as much ground, he can cheat over and still make up the ground. He likes to play shallow, but he gets, not only is he fast, he gets great jumps. There's just a knack, a good concentration with that.
You know where else the infield background helps Jones in the outfield is his footwork. I mean, he has mentioned that many times he's able to get to balls in the corner when he's playing left field based on his footwork as an infielder. He's gone 3-0 here. And a strike called 3-1. Leonis Martinez on the disabled list. Jones has pretty much taken over in center. Matuk waiting on deck. And he walked him. Purchase select seats to any Tigers home game from now until July 31st, and you'll be entered to win Cabrera and Fulmer autographed memorabilia, a summer fantasy camp, dinner in the Champions Club, and more in the Bringing You Summer Sweepstakes. Go to tigers.com/sweepstakes for more. Here's Matuk.
Mikey hit a bullet last time up. Or double.
Had to feel good for Mikey because he struck out to start the inning. His teammates then put up 6 runs, and he came up and got down in the count. 2 strikes, his second time up in the first, and he was able to join the party.
A hustle double. It's one of the things that's good about Mikey and really the whole team, the way they're set up.
1 ball, 1 strike. You watch this Tigers team on any ball hit into the outfield, even if it's a routine single. Guys like Matuk and Goodrum and Hicks and Castellanos, everybody up and down the line, they run hard out of the box.
That's the first element to get to second. Can't take a loafy step, not one.
Constantly keeping pressure on the opposing outfield.
You want that outfielder, when they field that ball, to be peeking at you running. Because if you're just kind of jogging, they can come in there and watch the ball the whole time, right? If you get them to peek, you know, they're watching the ball, but they're watching you too. So it takes a little bad hop, and there you go.
Two and two the count. Matt Moore now is up to 45 pitches. And his ratio not all that good, 25 strikes. Swing and a miss. And Matuk got on strikes to end the third. No runs, a walk. One man left. Tigers baseball presented by Pastime. Fourth inning here at Comerica Park. If you tuned in a little bit late today, you missed all the drama. 7-run first inning. Tigers laid down the hammer on Cole Hamels early in this one.
Well, they really did. Nicholas Castellanos with the home run, and then consecutive hits for Nico, Hicks, and a couple of walks, and 7 runs later, 3 of them, 3 or 4 are unearned. But you know what? You got to take advantage of the opportunities given to you. The Tigers have done that. They had a great game last night, so they got a good feel, and they're feeling refreshed today, and it shows.
Beltre pops it up on the left side of the infield, and struggling with the sun, Iglesias hauls it in. One away. We bring in Craig Monroe as well. And Simo, Gibby and I were talking about the fact that when you're given a big lead early like Fires has, sometimes that can be tough to navigate through, but he's done a nice job.
Well, you have to appreciate the way he's going about his business. He's a veteran pitcher, though, and he understands that he still has to pitch his game. But let's go back to the offense. We talk about how well this team has played, hit against left-handers, and it's because of their approach. If you look at the direction of their hits today against Cole, they were to the big part of the field. It was left center, it was right center. Outstanding hitting by this young Tigers team.
Here is Odor now with 1 out.
Yeah, Simo, it seemed like you say, you try and pull him, he throws that changeup, and he's got that slider down and in. You're just going to swing over top of that. But a lot of the hits, Nico's up the middle, Hicks up the middle, and you don't get those rollovers and pull off the ball. So, but they want to keep tacking on. These are the kind of days you can really have fun throughout the lineup. You want to get yours too, don't you, see?
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You want to get into the action. This is fun when you're able to get to a pitcher of Cole Hamels' caliber. I mean, he's one of the better pitchers in our sport. But the fact that these young hitters were putting together solid at bats, man, for me is encouraging, Gibby.
Yeah, I thought Nick was sitting in the bushes today after getting sawed off 2 or 3 times yesterday. His ball goes into the stands. And when he comes up next time, we're going to show that swing. I mean, real quick, that bat looked like it had him beat down and in again, and he just dropped the head right on it.
Yeah, I was walking into the camera well, and I go, man, you make this game look easy. He goes, some days I do. And he goes, but some days not. That's why he's got the Alicia Keys song. Sometimes he loves it, and sometimes it makes him blue. I love it.
But doesn't that make you a guy that can have success in this game when you realize that failure is going to be part of it every now and then?
Absolutely, and I think that's a big part of why Nicholas Castellanos is having a lot of success. He understands the failure of the game of baseball. You fail more than you succeed, and he just continues to focus on the positives.
Yeah, and he just believes that it will turn around. He has never wavered one bit this year. I know we both talked to him quite a bit separately and together. He just has a way of looking at things, and you can keep that attitude and stop grinding on that average on that piece of paper. It'll be easier on you.
Slice to left center. That ball is going to get down. It's going to shoot the gap and go to the wall. Odor is on his way to second, thinking 3, and he's going to put on the brakes and skid to a stop with a 1-out double.
It's a little quicker than the leadoff man there in the first inning. He was thinking 3 all the way. Probably would have made it, but being down by 7 runs, decided to shut her down.
Let's bring in Matt Shepard.
Guys, you were talking about Nick Castellanos and his mindset. Mike Fiers has a similar mindset. He understands the rigors of this league. He understands the ups and downs. And coming off his best performance of the season, where he lasted 8 innings, gave up just 1 run and 3 hits. What is key for him today? Well, execute and command. He's got to be all about attacking the zone and moving in the zone and working quickly, and I think he's done that as well. And fellas, down here with me, a softball team from New Jersey who make their annual trip around Major League Baseball. They are here in Detroit today for the first time ever, visiting Comerica Park, and they will be in Toronto tomorrow. I asked them if they needed any players. Gibby, Mario, they said, no thanks, we're all set. That ought to tell you something about their thoughts on my ability to play softball.
I don't blame them, do you?
So you're talking about Fiers about working fast, okay? This is just, I'll give you a little perspective. Last year, about 25.4 seconds between pitches. This year, 23.6. This is the Tigers as a whole, the team of the pitchers. So what's that, 1.8 seconds per pitch? That's not a lot, is it? Well, times 150 pitches, that's 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So over the course of the year, that's quite a bit. So that's one thing that Chris Bosio left with this team. He established that early in the season, that they wanted, there was productive things that would happen if you pitched quicker, and they've done that. Everybody seemed to have bought into that. They like it.
I would guess Mike Fiers saw and learned a little something from Jordan Zimmerman's performance last night, and I noticed yesterday Coach Anderson talking with Michael Fulmer about it right away.
Line to left field, and Matzuk runs it down.
There's no question about it. Like you say, Andy, he's teaching Fulmer, who's not even pitching last night, tonight, but soon. I think, you know, it's the timing is so key to when you do something and when you don't, and he's got the experience to know when to do it and what to say and if they're going to be receptive or not. And it's a never-ending thing. You gotta, but if you do it too much, you grind them out. So you got to really know the situation and the timing so it can be productive with your comment.
Joey Gallo now with 2 outs. Well, you talk about a guy working quickly, and obviously it helps your defense because they stay more engaged. But Simo is the hitter. Did guys that work very quickly bother you when you played?
Yeah, because they would get into a rhythm, and when they're very sure of their pitches, it bleeds confidence. And as a hitter, you feel it. You know that these guys are confident, and you would like to try to call timeout. But now you're not really allowed to call timeout and get out of the batter's box and kind of break that rhythm. So I think it's very vital to their success if they're able to get into a real good rhythm, be sure of the pitch that they want to throw, trust the catcher behind the plate, and attack the strike zone.
And we have seen more of that with this Tiger staff this year. 0-2 on Joey Gallo.
Well, just think of the value of what goes on this year for the future. You want to establish who you want to be. Who are the Detroit Tigers? How do they do things? You've got your veteran guys like Jordan Zimmerman and Mike Fiers doing it. Sets that great example. Gives the concept validity. And then you get, that's how you get the buy-in.
Fiers with the 0-2. 1-2 on Gallo.
Here's our Xfinity high-speed pitch. Big Mike 91, 72 on the low. Gets another 8 innings. We'll call him Iron Mike.
I like it. Gallo walked in his only at bat so far. Fiers trying to strand the double by Odor here in the 4th. Just off the plate, 2-2 on Gallo.
Gallo, he strikes out a ton, but boy, he really's got some pop in his bat.
Gibby, I like that breaking ball right there from Fiers. I thought it was a good pitch, just missed, but I think he set Gallo up for that high fastball that he continues to get swings and misses on.
He likes the ball down, Gallo. There it is.
91 up top. That's about the top end of the fastball for Mike Fiers.
Up and away with the heater, like Simo predicted. Pitchers like to get hitters looking for something and then feature another pitch to them, and that's how they freeze them up. We've been there, standing there, haven't we, Simo, where you just get brain just locks up?
Yes, it does.
Ball goes by.
Well, I feel like Fiers has worked the top part of the zone, and he's got a real nasty split finger fastball. Might be a good time to throw that particular pitch right here. Change his eye level.
We're going to see if Simo's hot. Straight heat.
Two and two, the count on Gallo.
Second biggest cheer of the day.
Apparently a pretty good play by that gentleman there.
Fans are so into the balls. It's unreal.
Another foul back out of play. Gallo continues to battle here.
Almost the same guy got that one. Let's take a look at Joey Gallo, where he's going to hit it. That's why you got 3 guys right there. Tigers alignment, you can see that's why they're where they're at. Gives you a good look and understanding why.
Here's the 8th pitch of this at bat. He laid off that time. It's gone full now, 3-2.
Look at his shifts by this season. Most hits prevented. There you see Joey Gallo. They put the shift on. They've taken 20 hits away. That seems high, but I believe it.
Down he goes. Gallo is out of there. 3rd strikeout of the game for Mike Fiers. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Nick Castellanos has already homered. He'll be leading things on. inning of this game here today. And as we go to the bottom of the fourth, it'll be Castellanos. He'll be followed by Goodrum and then Hicks. 2, 3, and 4 for Ron Gardenhire today.
Nicholas has really hit the ball hard. The home run in the first inning, line to the center, to the left fielder in his second at bat. It's amazing. They know he swings at first pitch, and they just keep throwing it in there. He just rakes it. But he's got a good enough eye where he will take it if you don't throw it over the plate. That's a tough proposition for the opponent.
That'll miss low 2-0. It does make you wonder, though, why they would challenge him early in the count if they know that he will swing.
How about if it's 3-0? Do you give him the swing here?
Up 7-0 now.
Would it, in the fourth inning?
A lot of baseball left.
Yeah. I don't know.
You're probably right, Simo. You probably don't do it, but you know, there's some parks where you might want to think about it. Pick up another run, wouldn't you? Fenway comes to mind.
Fenway, yeah, because you know runs. It seems like you're able to come back in games at Camden Yards. Ball flies there as well.
Leadoff walk.
It's 7 points for Nick today.
Here is Nico Goodrum. Well, Nico hit a ball to the gap his last time up, doubled. He singled, stole a base, and scored in the first inning. And if you want to select a story of the year for the Tigers this year, Nico Goodrum has to be near the top of that list because he's really come out of nowhere.
He has. I mean, they were just thinking this guy. But you got to give Gardy credit too, huh? He knew him, didn't he?
He did, from Minnesota.
When we were talking about players and we were talking about smell test, he had that down.
That'll get away from the catcher.
Oh. Bat Boy grabbed that ball right there. It was right to him. It was in play. Didn't mean to. It's like protection.
It caromed off the umpire. There goes wild pitch.
Smile.
1-1 on Goodrum.
Simo, you still trying to get him over here? Or where are you at right now? You trying to go big fly, trying to go gapper, or do you make sure you get him over and just take, even though you're up 7-0?
No, I think you have to continue to play the game. Now, I'm not going to just fillet it over there, Gibby. I'm going to try to put some hair on it and hit it hard that way. Maybe I get an RBI and do my job, but I'm definitely not trying to, slap it to the second baseman.
Wait a minute. You have the ability to put hair on it?
Yeah, make it hot. Hit it. A linea is what I'm talking about. Hitting it a hard line drive.
Okay.
A hard ground ball to the second baseman.
Give me some of that hair, would you?
I need some too.
All three of us do. Here's a 2-2 now to Goodrum. And off the plate, 3-2 on Nico now.
That was close.
And another reason, Gibby, I think you should do that is because this is a young team. They're learning how to play the game the right way. And I just think it bodes well for Nico Goodrum moving forward to continue to have that mindset, because it sets the precedent for everybody else in the dugout that they're going to play the game the right way.
He'll take his walk. Third time he's on base.
Here's the 1-800 call Sam, call the game. Nico Goodrum. Like the way this guy runs. He hustles, he got on, he stole right away. Manufactured a run. John Hicks up the middle. Look at, he's perfect on his timing right there, Simo. Foot up, ball's hit, he's on his way. He comes out of that box hard. This is a hustle double. Thinking 3, but stops at 2.
Yeah, but we worked on that a whole lot during that 2003 season with you. And
you're so tired of it now, you know why.
Every day he talked about it, Mario. Every day.
Simo's got a long memory, man.
Oh, every day.
I want to pull that out and show exactly what we're talking about, because when the ball's hit, you have to be in a certain position to immediately go or immediately go back to the bag. And for all you that think you're good dancers, it's kind of what you do out there. I'm not a good dancer, but it's kind of like you got to have a little flow, don't you, Simo? You got to be relaxed.
Have some flow. You definitely have to have some flow. And Gibby's absolutely right. When the ball's in the hitting zone, you want to have that just right before the ball gets hit. You want to be leaning on that front foot to where you can actually either go or you can get back. It's an artwork. It's an art form. There's no doubt about that.
There should be no delay. If it's done right when the ball's hit, there should be no delay. You should be moving to the right and on your way. And if it's swung and missed, or it's taken, then you got to get back. But this is one of the little things that probably I'm a little more than most.
Hicks down on strikes, one gone. Third strikeout for Moore, and now here is Victor Martinez. You got the shadows here with 4 o'clock games starting to cover home plate now. What kind of an issue does this present, if any at all?
Well, right now, I don't think it's that bad. You got the shadow right in front of the plate. The center field backdrop this is all clean up here. This is a regular backdrop. It's all clean over here. The pitchers, that's good as well. But you get a little strobe, but the ball will be there so quick. You'll have had it gauged by then. What I don't like is when this guy here, or this is really glary, you don't pick the ball up out of the hand. Once you pick the ball up out of the hand, the shadows didn't bother me as much.
0-1 on V-Mart. That'll get away from the catcher and advance the runners. It's another wild pitch for Moore.
Nice read there too, though, by Nicholas Castellanos, but even better read by Nico Goodrum watching Nick, and once Nick took off, he was off and running as well. Great base running there by the Tigers.
They'll take the double play out of order. Victor bounced into one back in the second, but it hit an absolute bullet.
Now take a look right here at Nico. He's right here. Watch it. He doesn't ever. It's perfect. Go ahead and go. He's moving, and he's right on his way. It's never really dead stop. That's looks like such a minimal gain, but I'm telling you, if you get a headed moving start, it ends up big when you're getting to a base, whether you're safe or out.
Martinez caught looking. 2 away. 4 strikeouts now for Moore.
Now here's Nick. He's the lead guy, which the trail guy's got to watch. Now Nick's moving, and he's on his way. Now the trail guy, you're doing that, but you got to watch the front guy. So if you're the front guy and take off and then stop, that's a no-no. You hang your buddy up back behind you.
A lot of times when you're at first base too, you're just looking at the second base runner. That's all you do.
Tell you what I don't like is when one guy goes, the front guy goes, and the back guy doesn't. Especially if there's one out, because the double play is still in order. So if a guy hits one over there, you've really given up an opportunity.
Ground ball towards second, scooped up there by Odor, and that'll end the inning. Tigers get a couple of runners on, but strand 2. Tires and auto service. Everybody needs a Bell Tire guy. And it's the Chevy 4th of July sales event. Celebrate with spectacular deals on a new Chevy. Willie Horton bobblehead day today. The Tigers celebrating the 50th anniversary of the 1968 World Series team all season long.
A lot of good stuff going on about the 68 team for the rest of the year. Willie obviously was one of the great players then, number 23.
It'll be Robinson Chirinos to lead it off, facing Mike Fiers, who misses low. Chirinos to Shields and Shin-Soo Choo. 7-0. Tigers have had that lead since the first inning when they planted 7 on Cole Hamels. Up and in. There was a very big error in that first inning, though, and a ball misplayed. And what appeared to be knuckling on the center fielder, DeShields, that went as an error that scored 3 runs.
Well, I have to admit, guys, I was praying for a hit. Jacoby Jones might pick the stick. I was hoping they could give him a hit and 3 runs score. I mean, 3 RBIs. I was thinking, yes, baby, yes.
Oh, well.
Well, it was a double. No.
Nope.
Error.
It was an error. I got nothing.
You think Delano Shields cares about Ram pick the stick?
Well, he should, because I do.
2-2 Chirinos. DeShields waiting on deck. Fiers now is at 73 pitches. Up and into Chirinos, 3-2. Chirinos came in with 13 RBIs in his last 9 games. And it is flared in the air to shallow center field. Goodrum and Jones. It's Goodrum.
Simo, while we got you here, you know, we went into the 9 positions yesterday. The game got quick on us. We didn't really get into 2 positions. Center field. See my 3, Willie Mays, Ken Griffey, and Kurt Flood. You can see the Gold Glove winners, 12, 10, and 7. Mays the most outfield putouts in Major League Baseball history. Now, I know you got Griffey. You going to go Willie Mays first with me or not?
Nope, I'm not. I'm going to stay with Ken Griffey Jr. I mean, he's the reason why I played and enjoyed robbing home runs and really wanting to make plays. I think defense, Gibby, for me, is a 1-2 attitude. You have to want to make plays on the defensive side.
No, I wanted to catch the ball. Does that count?
It counts because you had the right attitude, Gibby. Yeah. You had the right attitude.
So you're going to go Griff over Mays.
Well, I never watched Mays play. I never saw him play. I mean, I've seen some highlights.
Right. Well, neither did I, but just based upon the criteria
the numbers
that we had yesterday.
Well, I thought the criteria was the best player at each position that you've seen play.
Didn't say that I saw play.
Oh, I thought that was part of the whole criteria.
Well, let's read the criteria. How about that?
Okay. Don't get huffy here.
Where does it say that I? It just said the way that I.
All right, Smarty Pants. It was explained to me. The way it was explained to me was the best player you've seen play at each position.
Well, who told you that?
Well, I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, but that's just the way it's explained to me.
Okay, well, we put it back up there so you could see it. So now remake your pick.
Okay, now I'm still going to go with Ken Griffey Jr. So there.
I'm with Mario. I'm going Ken Griffey Jr.
It's got to be the Griff, man. I mean, look, Willie Mays, it's hard to argue.
No, do you understand why I put Kurt Flood in there?
No, explain why.
No, I want you to.
No, you put him on there. You tell me why you put him on there.
What did he do? I went without outside of the criteria.
Oh, I see. So you're talking about his effect on free agency.
Everybody on this field should know who Kurt Flood is.
Yes.
Hammered toward left field. Ball hit well. Matuk on the run. Not going to get there. One hop over the fence, and it'll be a ground rule double for Shin-Soo Choo. Who's got a couple of 2-baggers today.
This guy. He's really got that good up the middle approach. He had a big bomb yesterday to center, right center.
I wonder if he's got a leg issue because he's just kind of coasting into second.
That's exactly what it looks like to me, guys, because he runs way better. I mean, obviously he runs better than that.
He used to run way better, but yeah, he probably does it. Probably got something going on there.
I played against you in A-ball, and he's the same hitter, very patient in the batter's box. He always had the ability to drive the ball out of the ballpark to all fields. One of the reasons why the Texas Rangers gave him that big deal. He's a solid player. He's just dealt with some injuries.
Ooh, down goes Andrews. He pounded that one off his leg or foot.
Well, you got the top of the foot, the toe hurts, shin hurts, but you can usually get away with that unless you hit like 2 or 3 off the same spot. Doesn't seem like guys do this as much as they used to. But he went down quick. Oh, that's off the inside of the knee, isn't it?
That's what it looked like, Gibby, or even the top of that calf muscle there, the inner calf.
Did you ever hit one like 2 or 3 times off the same spot?
Oh yeah, and it never feels good. Never feels good, Gibby. I don't know how you say you get used to it, because I don't know if you ever get used to it.
Well, how many times you come out of the game for doing it?
Never.
Well, so yeah, I'm just saying you wanted to.
Never.
Don't argue with him, Simo.
I'm not going to.
I'm not. It's not an argument. I'm just explaining my thoughts. It's. Yeah, I have a.
But that didn't mean it didn't hurt, Gibby. It still hurts.
It definitely hurts. But Simo's tough. He don't want anybody to see that it hurt him either.
Oh no,
so
you
he
can't
can take it. Now, I mean, wasn't that one of your badges of honor and what you brought to your teammates, Simo? Like you would suck it up?
Yes, absolutely. It's the only way to be. It's the only way to play this game.
Well, that's not the only way, but it was for you for sure. And
Andrews goes fishing there, and that'll end the inning. 5 strikeouts now for Fiers. Nothing comes to the 2-out double by Chu. The word of the Dodgers first round pick this year, JT Ginn, who's decided he's going to pass up the money and go back to school.
not going to sign, right?
He's not going to sign, so the Dodgers will receive the number 31 pick in the draft next year's compensation.
And he'll be eligible in 4 more years, 3 years.
Well, here is James McCann to get it rolling now for the Tigers. Matt Moore is still out there. Had to come on and pick up Hamels in the first inning. Mack is fanned twice in this game. Chopped right back to the mound. One away. It'll bring up Jose Iglesias. Iggy with a single, and he drove in a run as part of the 7-run first. Iglesias bounced out in his last at bat. See, well, I always wondered about games where you receive a gut punch in the very first inning, like the Rangers did, giving up 7 runs in the first inning, how difficult it is to, I guess, maintain focus the rest of the way and feel like you're still in the game.
Well, it can be difficult, but again, it's the motto of your team, and it appears obviously for the for the Tigers, their motto is to keep fighting because they believe they have a chance to come back in every ball game. And it doesn't look like the Rangers have laid down by no stretch of the imagination, but it is very difficult to come back from a 7-0 deficit.
I'll tell you, one team of yours that you knew you could come back was the 2006 team, right?
Well, we would believe we could, that's for sure. 9 hard, full innings, and we would take our chances.
When you come back from games like this, that's when you know it's your year. It does happen.
Belted to left field on a line, and that ball going to go to the wall. It's extra bases for Iglesias. Iggy has a double.
Well, Iglesias continues to swing the bat well here later in the season. And just a little off-speed pitch right up over the heart of the plate. Pulls it like you're supposed to, and he's got a quick enough bat on the fastball. It's just been going the other way with it, and it's an easy stand-up double. Tigers with the chance to score another.
Guys, did you see how long that bat stayed in the zone? That's how you're able to hit those off-speed pitches. You can't be in and out of the zone. You got to stay through it. Great piece of hitting there by Iglesias.
Tigers now have 7 hits, only 4 for the Rangers.
We use that term a lot, Simo. Can you explain to the viewers what exactly that means?
Well, what happens is once you make contact with the baseball, a lot of players, guys that are not consistent with their hitting, you get to the baseball, and then all of a sudden the direction starts to come towards the dugout, towards the third base coach. But you really want that bat to hit the baseball and then pretend that there's 2 other balls in front of it, and you keep going through it, and you'll find yourself leaning over a little bit more, but that allows you to stay through that ball extremely well.
And actually drive it and have better direction at it. And if it is a changeup or something off speed, maybe you're reading it as a fastball. If it's a changeup, gives you a chance to get a piece of that as well.
And hit him and plunked on the foot is Jones. He'll take first base. That'll put 2 on for the Tigers.
Just to go on that a little bit more, the ball away is where you really want to stay on it, because if that bat cuts out of the zone, you can see right here off the. Just look at that extension he's talking about. Now, if he cuts out of there, he doesn't even hit the ball, right, Simo?
Oh, absolutely not. That's why you see a lot of guys rolling over to the shortstop, rolling over to the third base, because the bat's in and out of the zone. Kind of cutting that swing off. That's one of the things, Gibby, that Lloyd McClendon and James McCann are working on at this moment. They're working on James McCann staying through the baseball and not cutting off his swing.
You can really tell James is putting a lot of work in. It's a tough deal during the season, and he's a catcher. But if he sticks with it, he's going to figure it out. Will get rewarded. You cannot order this game when to reward you. You just got to endure.
Yeah, I watched him today in batting practice. He was working on the exact same thing, and it definitely is going to pay off for him. But you have to put in the work, and he's definitely doing that.
1-2 on Matuk.
I've also noticed that, Gibby, with Jacoby Jones. You know, you want him to be consistent in the batter's box, and I think that's one of the ways he's going to be more consistent by continuing to work on keeping that bat in the zone for a long time, recognizing pitches. And we're seeing him, like last night, he hit the big home run late to tack on a run.
Yeah, you hope that that parlays into getting on a roll.
Fouled away.
We're going to look at center field, the shields right now. So we were talking about Willie Mays. If you're a center fielder, this is who you'd want to be. Well, if you were Mario and Simo, it'd be Griff. They're both great choices. You're out there, you got a lot of real estate to cover. We'll keep an eye on him, see if what kind of jump he gets.
It'll bring up Castellanos now with 2 outs.
Let's take a look at our bell tire pitch by pitch. Nicholas Castellanos hit the home run. We're going to watch this whole at bat right here, and then we're going to watch this last swing to down and in. Look at that head. See how that elbow goes right in there? How short he was that swing. Now, that's not easy to do, but he's as good as it gets right now and getting better every at bat. I mean, he dropped that head down and in. That angle, that bat, he just put that barrel right there, right now, and centered it. It's not easy to do. Many guys come around that ball.
Mario, and I've also noticed that his timing, his rhythm in the batter's box, he is making adjustments with that front leg kick that he has. Sometimes he picks it up high, sometimes he picks it up low. That's a mature hitter in the batter's box when you're able to make those kind of adjustments.
Is there even a next level for Nick? I mean, where is he right now in terms of his progress as a hitter?
I think he's only going to get better. He continues to work on recognizing that slider down and in from the left-hander. He's starting to lay off that slider away from the right-handers. And once he just starts to hone in on the strike zone even a little bit more, you're going to see those numbers continue to increase.
Keep an eye on the shields there. Now, you look at the reaction. This doesn't look like a lot, but when you're standing out there reacting to every pitch, so if there's 150 pitches, let's say, you just go out. I wanted you to do this a while ago. You remember, Mario? Just go stand out in your yard and just simulate every 25 seconds, like a little flinch, then every 8th one run 40 feet and then come back. But it's like just a lot of quick twitch stuff going on right there. It really takes a lot out of you physically and mentally. Doesn't look like it.
No, it doesn't, and that's a great point. I mean, when you compare it to, movements in other sports, it looks like it's nothing.
Well, when you get into the playoffs and the World Series, not only do you do that, you don't sleep either. But I would jump at a piece of dust. Don't you? Are you not locked in, Simo?
Oh, you're locked in. There's no doubt.
Castellanos strikes out. That'll end the inning. Simo, we'll see you on postgame. Thanks, buddy.
Good stuff.
All right,
Simo.
guys. I enjoyed it. Thanks.
has been good again. Look at the big curveball. He's got real good feel on that. You see the changeup, that little cutter right there, and he's using his fastball right there. He's keeping him off balance, throwing it away, throwing him in. Look at, they're taking pitches. That means he's got him guessing, looking the other way. So this is exactly what the Tigers wanted. He had 2 beautiful starts prior to today, and now he's on a roll again through 5 innings. Only 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk.
And Nomar Mazara leads it off for the Rangers here in the 6th. Mazara, Beltre, and Odor, these are the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. 0-2.
Really feeling that curveball, and that's a great spot for it. Breaking right into the dirt. 70, high 70s.
Ball loose out in center field. Jones runs it down.
That curveball, I mean, he really is cranking it down. Let's take a look right here. We'll look at this grip. Look at, see how he's got it. Look at his fingers, how sideways they are, and then watch it just come straight down. Think you could do that?
Not in a million years. Did he go? Did not. 1-2 on Mazara.
I hear Shep, you down there?
Down here, Gibby. I'm just hanging with the folks, and they're just all over me. I mean, it's a pretty constant, but it's fun, you know. You love the ribbon back and forth.
They're only human.
Oh, I know. It's fantastic. They're complaining. You know, I paid to see the game. What do you got a camera in my face for? Trust me, it's not for you. Back and forth we go. It's fun.
I can see you just laying down and say, oh, I'm sorry, sir.
Well, that would be the polite thing to do. Mario would do that because he's so polite. With me, we got to keep the ribbon going a little bit. I like the challenge.
Oh, man, I love Shep. 3-2 is the count on Mazara. Mazara leading things off here. Strikeout or ground out. Fires now with the full count pitch. Got him, strike 3. 6 strikeouts. Well, let's bring in Matt Shepard. What you got, Shep?
Mario, for 40 years, Eric Jensen has worked for the same company, and for that reward, that hard-working effort, he got a pretty cool prize pack today. Eric, congratulations on your 40-year anniversary. What did your company give you today?
We got a tour of the press box in the stadium, parking pass in the Tiger Garage, and 4 box seats, and a meal at the Champions Club.
First time this year here. What did you think of the ballpark and the tour? Because it's a little different than when you're just getting your seats and going to sit down.
Yeah, it's a great ballpark. I was fortunate to be here when the World Series game years ago, but it's been a while since I've been here. So we love the ballpark, and it was a great tour.
Coming out of the garage, I think you saw some media royalty, did you not?
Yeah, they opened the door, and Kurt Gibson was right behind us. And
that was a setup.
Opened the door and said Kurt Gibson, and he says, "Thank you, sir." So it was great to see him.
Well, at least you got a thank you out of Gibby. That's more than most of us get.
All the way to the wall, and Jacoby made the catch. Are you kidding me? Jones climbs the wall in center and makes an unbelievable catch.
That's as good as you'll see ever.
Wow.
It's going to make every highlight video everywhere.
He takes a homer away from Beltre.
Perfectly timed. And those, you got to know where you're at on the wall. He knows exactly where he is. He's in perfect position. He never takes his eye off the ball. And Shep was talking about earlier about how he saves runs in left field, and now you're seeing it in center field as well. This kid is a very talented defensive player.
Mike Fiers has been the recipient of 2 tremendous plays today. One by Castellanos in right field early in the game, and that one by Jacoby Jones, who scaled the wall in center and yanked it back.
His mom like that.
That ball drilled to right field, and nobody's going to catch this one. And it is way gone. A home run for Rougned Odor. Two-out solo shot for Odor.
You know, a lot of times, you know, it's 7-1. And we used to go backwards from here. You know, you want to try and figure out what you can do with the bullpen. With Greeny gone, it's a little different. So it'll be interesting to see what Gardy's got in mind here with the 6-run lead still.
First run of the ball game for the Rangers on the Odor home run. 7-1 ball game now, and here is Profar. So just as quick as Jones robs a homer, Odor goes deep. Profar skies one in the air to right center field. And it's caught by Castellanos to end the inning. Jacoby Jones with as fine a play as you will see this year.
(7-2), but a great play by Jacoby Jones. Ball deep to left center field. Look at this timing. Didn't think he had it, and all of a sudden he holds it up. He's got the ball in the glove, but perfect technique. Knows exactly where he is. He comes up at an angle. Look at the athleticism right there. He got some jumps right there, didn't he? Look at Hicksy behind him, and look at Beltray in front of him. He can't believe it. You kidding me? Hicksy's got his arms up saying yes.
7-1, Tigers have the lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th, and Nico Goodrum leads it off. Nico looks at the ball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Mike fires with the hat off. Give him some more love. You can play out there anytime.
Big day for Nico so far. Single, double, walk, stolen base, and a run scored. Alex Claudio, the new pitcher now for Texas. Roll to the shortstop. Andrews from the grass. Quick release. Not in time. Infield hit for Goodrum.
He gets out of the box as good as anybody from from the right side right there. That's above average time. Wish I had my clock on him, but look at, he gets right out. He got these long strides and he really closes fast. And Andrus went as fast as he could. He didn't even hold on to that ball. He knew he was running. Well, that's another knock.
Here's John Hicks. Nico on base 4 times as we look at the numbers on Alex Claudio while side windows change. Oh, 2. Single walk RBI, run scored for Hicks. Claudio stayed away but missed. Claudio's allowed 8 runs over his last 8 innings. That has jumped his ERA up nearly to 5. And Hicks went fishing and just barely stays alive.
Yeah, Nico, he's very impressive on the base. Look at him right here. He's always moving. See, he never stops. Don't get tired of it, because when we won the World Series, it's going to be something like this that's going to win it. The kid is working.
Rolled foul. Pretty good job by Matt Moore today, who kept the Tigers scoreless through the next 4 innings after taking over for the starter Cole Hamels, who was bounced in the first. Rangers, though, managed only 1 run. That's looped in the air to center for DeShields. 1 out. Tomorrow afternoon, we've got another Tigers-Rangers matchup. It'll be the final game in this series. All of your game coverage begins with Tigers Live at noon. Tomorrow, Tigers-Rangers right here on Fox Sports Detroit. Here is Victor Martinez. It'll dive in for a strike. 0-1.
Playing Hardy getting ready in the pen.
Is that it for Fires, do you think?
Yeah.
Shallow right center field. DeShields stretching out, can't hold on. Goodrum will hold at second base. It'll be a single for Martinez.
Good try by Delino DeShields right here. You see him laying out right off the tip of the glove. Nico thought about 3. The ball was quickly retrieved by Mazzara. He shut her down.
Jamer a walk and a run scored in this game. 0 for 2 otherwise. Tigers now have 9 hits in this game. One ball, 1 strike. Candelario has not played the last 2 days. In fact, his skipper Ron Gardenhire told him don't even think about picking up a bat. He told him that yesterday. No BP, nothing. Maybe take some ground balls. So they try and get Jamer straightened out. Swing and a miss. Candelario has flashed some power this year with 12 home runs. Two and two now on Jamer.
Yeah, you'd like to see him get a knock here, you know, just get something for him to build on. You say don't do anything, but he's obviously done a little bit. You're just trying to clear that head.
Swing and a miss, and Candelario strikes out. Two gone now. Time for T-Mobile's Hats Off for Heroes. Daniel Stump relating the story of his friends and family in the military. We appreciate all the sacrifices and time they take away from their friends and family to protect our freedom. Daniel Stump with a connection to our military, and our hats off for heroes. Here is McCann now with 2 outs in the 6th.
McCann's another guy putting a lot of work in. You've talked about it. Get a little reward here.
James is the only Tiger that has not reached base safely in this game.
It's amazing how confidence can go and come and go.
Well, Mack had the homer last night, the 2-run shot early against Cologne. That turned out to be the difference in the game. The Tigers would go on to win that game 3-1. And it was McCann's first home run since May.
And he's trying to do it off Claudio. He's got a really funky motion, doesn't he?
All knees and elbows.
Kind of look at, he kind of, it's not sidearm, but it's a low 3/4. His shoulders are closed. Throws a breaking ball and a changeup, it looks like. Sinker, not a fireballer. Average pitch speed only 86 miles an hour on the sinker, 91 on the fastball. Lots of spin on it though.
Low ball 2. Claudio got to the big leagues in 2014 with the Rangers. He has spent parts of the next 3 years with Texas. In fact, last year, 70 appearances out of the bullpen. Goodrum and Martinez, your base runners. Popped up right side of the infield for Odor, and that will end the threat. No runs, couple of hits, 2 left, on our way to the 7th.
strikeout today. That gives him 123 on the year, second most to Johan Moncada, the rookie. Joey Gallo told me the other day, look, I don't try to strike out. I don't want to strike out this much. Sure, he hits a lot of homers, folks, but 123 strikeouts is an awful lot and weighs on you mentally. He's done a lot of things to try and fix it. It has not taken just yet. Their coaching staff, including Jeff Bannister, told me you got to take the good with the bad. But put it in perspective, Mario and Gibby, the most strikeouts Joe DiMaggio ever had in a single season was 39. The most strikeouts Tony Gwynn ever had in a single season was 40. There's 130 plus batters already this year in the American League who have more than that, and we're just past the midway point of the season. Different mindset, I suppose, guys.
Yeah, it's a different game in terms of two-strike approach these days, and how strikeouts really have become, I guess, the norm and really kind of more accepted, Gibby, than in the past. Let's roll to the first baseman for 1 out.
If you hit the ball out.
Right.
I mean, they're willing to do that, but I think there's a lot of new data coming in on overall, whether that's, you know, net strikeouts, walks, on base, slug, which is basically OPS, home runs, or you're better to have more contact and, you know, maybe have more gap power, like say, I think some of it depends on the park and some of it depends on the team that you're in. Certain lineups like roll through where they kind of hand the baton to each other and they're really good at it. Others live and die by the 3-run homer. They're Earl Weaver special. So it's interesting. It's not impressive until you see him hit one, right? And then the impact, but you got to do it enough that you're winning enough games for your team.
And what is enough? I mean, he's been to the 40 plateau, and certainly 40 home runs is a lot, but when you have an average hovering around 200, there is a give and take on that.
Yeah, well, it's less than 200 for Gallo.
And also the strikeouts are, as they say, non-productive outs. So you can make outs and advance runners, but you won't do that with a strikeout.
In his 2 years so far, he's got what, 68 home runs, 141 RBI. That's pretty productive. But you know, he's also on pace to strike out a lot,
over 200 times. But Gallo hit one here a couple of days ago that just went and went and went. Swing and a miss. Chirinos out on strikes, 2 away. Spend your summer at the ballpark with the Tigers Digital Ballpark Pass. Enjoy a ticket to every Tigers August and September home game for as little as $29.99 per month. If you'd like to order your digital ballpark pass, go to tigers.com/pass. 2 gone now for DeShields. Strikeout, ground out for Delino DeShields. 7-1. Tigers have led all day. They scored all 7 in the first.
Well, Blaine Hardy did such a good job starting. This is perfect. We were talking about, you know, how they're going to get to the end here. This is probably something, if they could, they'd get Hardy all the way through the end because they want to keep him stretched out. You get a pitcher stretched out and then he loses that, and if all of a sudden you need a starter, he can't go very far. So this could work very good for guarding the Tigers today.
We were talking earlier about Tigers improving their pace in terms of the starting pitchers. Mike Fiers has been quicker this year. Zim has been quicker. Hardy as well. He has really been quick. He pretty much gets it, throws it. 2-2. The count remains on DeShields. Matt Boyd, he has picked up his time to the plate, or between pitches, I should say.
Yeah, he's a strike thrower. I mean, he keeps the ball down. He just throws strikes, and he has the ability to throw his off-speed pitches like right there, right on the corner, moving down and away.
Strikeout ends the inning. Coming up, the Consumers Energy 7th inning stretch.
Look at that angle right there down to the ball. That's the home run. And here's Iglesias. Look at there. See how quick that is? Staying behind the ball. Their eyes are on the ball. Perfect. You could see just a little different angle for Nick than Iglesias, but obviously they're different hitters as well. Nick's going more for the power up the middle of the field, basically. Iggy, he's going to spray it around. You're going to keep it in play. He's harder to strike out.
Right back to the mound. Claudio will throw out Iglesias. 1 away in the 7th. Here is a Ram pick the stick update, and the big winner so far is Gibby with 7 from Goodrum.
Not a big winner, but let's see, where is Mickey at? Oh, geez, it's quiet.
Normally you hear Mickey chiming in at this point.
He's cackling. You're right.
I'm here.
Cackling.
Hey, I'm not riding from it. I'm not running from it.
Puffing his chest out.
You usually barge in. You have been for a couple of days.
Well, I'm here to talk. I'm here to take it. You know, this game will humble you every now and then.
Oh, here he goes.
Humble and Mickey are never spoken in the same sentence.
I'm not saying I've been humbled, but it will humble you.
Yeah, I never noticed that. Boy, oh boy.
Jacoby Jones, the batter. Chopped to third base, foul.
Well, there's a long way to go, as they say. A lot can change. Everybody's looking for that big 6-pointer, aren't they, right out of the gate? That's the home run.
Tiger box is filled up today. 9 hits, 7 runs. Here's the 2-1. 2-2 on Jones. On base 3 times, been hit. He's walked and reaching on that big air by the Shields in the first, which scored 3 runs.
Seems like you should get a point for getting on base, period, shouldn't you?
Well, he scored a run, so he'll get a point for that. That's down the right field line, slicing, foul.
But I'm saying,
reaching on the air.
You'd have to say that one of the reasons that ball got dropped because he stung it in a knuckleball.
Put
right?
it in play, right? I agree.
So I don't think Mickey would go for that one.
Certainly was the biggest play early in this game because it busted it wide open. 3-2 down on Jones, who, by the way, turned in a spectacular, and I mean spectacular, catch out in center.
Well, he did, didn't he? Couldn't believe he caught it from our angle right here. It looked like it was well over the fence, and he came back with it.
Sliced to second, and right there is Odor on the short hop and throws him out. 2 gone. If you can't catch the games on TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app and take Fox Sports Detroit and Tigers baseball with you wherever you go. Brought to you by Miller Lite. 2 away now, and here is Mikey Matuk. Mikey doubled in a run in the first. He's 1 for 4, and he looks at a ball inside. There's a base hit to right field. Mikey goes the other way.
It's good to see right there, going the other way. Pulled the double to left center earlier, but obviously the more you go use the whole diamond, harder to defend. Doesn't try, and he's got that length in the swing as Simo always talks about. And he wants to probably steal the base, but probably going to be unable to do so with the lead.
Here is Castellanos. And there, a strike called on Nicholas.
Take a look over here. They're behind Matuk. So when they're up like that, you would not go. If they go all the way to the back skin back there where the grass is, I was always taught you're able to go. You can't just go stand back there and not expect anybody to go. Can't concede. Got to play the game.
The homer by Nick was his 15th of the year back in the first inning.
Well, let's take a look. Pretty good game. Nicholas Castellanos today. First inning. It's a bomb right there. We showed the angle earlier. Also pretty good in the outfield as well. Getting off. This is early in the game right here. Walls approaching. Doesn't do the peekaboo. Good concentration and brings it in. So good production from Nick today.
Boy, Nick has had a couple of emergency swings in this bat.
That was one of them. And sometimes you don't feel great, or you don't see the ball, or there's shadows out there. You just got to find a way to foul a pitch off, as Nick just did. And you hope you get a cookie where they make a mistake. You can bang it.
Swing and a miss, and Castellanos strikes out to end the 7th. 7-1 Tigers. Tigers baseball today presented by Bell Tire. America Park, and Gibby, coming into this game, the Tigers really had not gotten Mike Fiers too much run support, about 3 runs a game over his last handful of starts, but today that all changed.
Well, it did, and a lot of it, but 3 runs are earned, 4 are unearned on a play. But Mike Fiers has not had a lot of support. He's been throwing the ball very well, and again turned in a great performance today. Now Hardy's on, Blaine Hardy's on, and he's going to try and close this thing out. Want to get the victory. Got another game tomorrow. Beautiful weekend. Crowd's good. What more can you ask for?
Shin-Soo Choo drives one in the air again, deep to right center field. This one nestles into the glove of Jacoby Jones.
Well, he likes that first pitch, hasn't he?
And he's driven a lot of balls out there to right center.
And it's in the air. He's trying to go deep again. Didn't work. Almost said J.J. Hardy, for crying out loud.
Here is Elvis Andrus. Single and 3 at bats for the Rangers shortstop. Tigers got 7 in the first. Mike Fiers has done the rest. Little help here from Hardy, who got a 1-2-3 7th and now working here in the 8th. Ten Tigers hits today, just 5 for the Rangers. 1-2. All even at 2s now on Andrews. Mazzara waiting on deck. High ball 3.
He didn't walk too many. He's had pretty good control this year.
Bounce to the shortstop. Iglesias has stepped to his left. Andrews is out of there. Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be. Come to Comerica. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives the Motor City. And by Wallside Windows. We can do that. We are the factory. What a spectacular afternoon here in downtown Detroit. Tigers and Rangers getting together, and it's been all Tigers today. Strike 1 on Mazzara.
Everybody's had probably a good weekend off, huh? And now it's pretty soon it's going to be time back to reality. So you got a little bit of time to enjoy. Sunday coming up.
Yeah, hopefully another nice day weather-wise tomorrow.
Get that lawn mowed right before you get into that week. Do you mow your lawn?
I used to. I don't anymore, though. It's banged up the middle into center field, a base hit. Now, I do know that you still mow your lawn.
Do I ever?
Do you? I mean, you find like joy in that, don't you?
Therapeutic, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. I like, you know, it's like artwork, your lawn. It's like this field. Look at how manicured it is. Got a pinch runner. The old Sparky Anderson speech to some of his teams where he said he liked gardens and he used to pick the weeds out of his garden. That meant guys he didn't like on the team.
I like that.
Pluck them right out. I like to do that to my lawn as well. I like weeds in it.
You can weed your team and you can weed your
how about that
yard.
Guy comes in and says he doesn't like weeds. He'll pluck it right out, and then the next day or two somebody be gone.
Little chopper to the right side of the infield, charging, nobody covering, and the runner is safe at first base. Goodrum got to the ball, but Hicks and Hardy, neither was there.
That's a communication thing right there. Watch right here. Nico's way up the middle. You hear the catcher McCann yelling, "Get over!" And in the end, Hicksy couldn't get back.
That's a ball that John probably had no chance of getting to, but as he continues to get the reps at first base, that's been kind of a work in progress down there. Two on, two out now, and here is Odor, who got them on the board with a homer in his last at bat. Double and a homer for the Rangers second baseman. 0-2.
You know, Odor likes the right-handed pitchers a lot better. Good advantage left on left for the Tigers. Got a homer and a double, like you say, so still is dangerous. Got to make good pitch.
fouled off. He stays alive.
Well, it's had a little breeze today, a lot of sun out, so the field conditions have changed. Here you can see the spray charts. Tigers playing. You got their 3 guys right in here in the area where all the hits go. I shouldn't say all, but most, the majority.
Good block by McCann. 1-2.
McCann was way ahead of that ball. Good block. Got everything down real clean to the ground.
Now Odor ready for the 1-2. Here it is. Ooh, it stayed up. Fooled him. 2-2.
Fooled the ump too. You got to watch games like this. It's 7-1. They do have 2 on, and got to make sure you make your plays here. They want to give an opportunity. They gave you one earlier, and you took advantage of it. Do not want to return that favor.
Odor came into this game 1 for his previous 14, but he has a double and a homer in this game. As you look at the Rangers box, Chu's had a good game, and Odor with a pair of extra base hits.
Not much more other than those.
Foul back. Number 8 is forthcoming, a 7-pitch at bat right now. Pulled foul.
He's on it now. The shadows are a factor right now.
Wilson warming in the Tigers bullpen. Shadows covering, well, that much of the infield, most of it.
Odor 277 versus lefties, 207 versus righties. That's what you call a reverse split guy. Normally it's the other way around.
Man, he is just barely staying alive. Here is the upcoming matchup presented by Wallside Windows. It'll be the finale tomorrow, and the Tigers have Michael Fulmer on the hill against Austin Bibbins Dirks.
There's a name for you. You can see, watched him in his last start. See 21 strikeouts in the 1-2 record. Michael Fulmer is throwing the ball very well. Nothing to show for it, so tomorrow could be the day.
He'll go to the backstop. This will advance the runners, and the count will go 3-2 on Odor.
I think he got crossed up there, and Hardy might have quick pitched Odor and McCann. Yeah, either that or he didn't see it.
Pass ball. And he got him. Strike 3. Odor is finally caught looking to end the inning. No runs, couple of hits, 2 left. Nico Goodrum coming up in the bottom of the 8th, and he's been on base 4 times already. Nico Goodrum leads it off for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 7-1. Detroit has led all day long.
Nico's locked in. He didn't even flinch at that. The ball's just off the plate. A little bit of confidence there, doesn't he?
Should have a lot of confidence after a day like today. 2 singles, a double, a walk, and a run scored. He's also stolen a base. Got some changes now for the Rangers. A lot of changes. Tochi and Rua now in the outfield. Connor Falefa is at third. Guzman at first.
So they got Connor Falefa and Bibbins Dirks in there. That's a challenge. Pitching tomorrow.
Line drive, base hit. Man, oh man, Nico Goodrum with a day. He is on base for the 5th time. It's his 4th hit. Catch baseball's biggest stars to the 89th Major League Baseball All-Star Game presented by MasterCard, July 17th on Fox. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern.
But Nico, even though they're up by all those runs, he hustled out of that box. What a game.
Victor Reyes has moved to the on-deck circle.
Give him an at-bat for Victor. John Hicks started off with a single walk, strikeout, flyout. Nico's been on for him every time. It's always good when you get up to the bat and you got somebody on base. Anything that can give the hitter an advantage. That's one of those things. No, part of the game's been taken away because of the lead. Nico's not going to steal, and they know it, so it's something they don't have to worry about.
To the right side, diving stop. Odor goes to second, and they get the force there. What a play by Rougned Odor.
That was a really good play, and I'll tell you, the part of the play, he dove over there, turned around and made a throw from really his knee. And it's accurate, and he was getting a guy who runs pretty good. Nico's on his way. Just got up, threw it. And the Rangers get 1. No review, so that'll stand.
Here is Victor Reyes batting for Victor Martinez. Reyes shoots one in the air to center. That's a base hit. Victor with a pinch hit single. His at-bats have really been good over the last month.
Much improved, huh?
And it's great to see him smile. It had to be a huge adjustment for him being a Rule 5 pick, and Ron Gardheimer trying to find as much time as possible for him.
Gardy said he didn't feel like he did a good job earlier in the season of getting him enough time, but he has been mixing him in, and he looks way more of a mature hitter and player than sitting on the bench. Coming on. Tigers are starting to develop some of the guys that they brought in here at the start of this year. Some encouraging things going on.
Jammer with a walk and a run scored. 0 for 3 otherwise. It'll dive low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got to clarify something. When Phil Giroux came in the game, he is not in the game. That is to Shields still out in center field. And Rua is actually warming up. He's an outfielder. That's what happens when your starter gets knocked out in the first inning.
Yeah, it's a decision you have to make as a manager. Do you I don't want to say you're not throwing the game. That ball looked like it was fair. Anyway, you're not throwing it, but at the same time, he's playing the percentages, because if you go for it and you use maybe another guy that's tired down there, you're in a distinct advantage tomorrow. So he's saying, hey, it's 7-1. The odds are unlikely that we're going to come back and win. I'm not going to burn any more of my bullpen guys. I need to get him back in shape, good shape, rested shape. And that's why you see Rua, a position player, warming up in the bullpen.
And Claudio is throwing 50, now 51 pitches out of the bullpen.
Yeah, if you're a guy in the bullpen right now, it's not a fun day after the game, because a lot of times guys get sent down on days like that. I'm not saying that he's going to get, because you're throwing 50, 60 pitches. They need pitching tomorrow. Somebody's going to have to go down. That's why most clubs carry a guy in their bullpen that can pitch. It also can be used to go back and forth between AAA and the big leagues when you need pitching.
Jamer strikes out for the second out. That'll bring up McCann. Now, before we get a visit from Doug Brocale, who comes running out of the dugout.
Well, we got one position to go on our 9 innings. That's our right fielder with career gold gloves and the gold. Roberto Clemente is my #1. Al Kaline, Mr. Tiger, #2, and Ichiro, #3. Clemente had the most outfield assists, 266 in MLB since 1950, and it's a shame that his life ended doing charity work. But what do you got on those 3?
I think you nailed this one perfectly. I had Clemente, Kaline, and Ichiro as well. 3 solid selections across the board.
You're not even going to argue. You just want, you want the center fielders changed. We'll make an adjustment on that for you. How's that?
Well, I had Griffey, you had Mays. You can make arguments for both. There's a lot of guys we left off the center field list too that have been great. Andrew Jones, Jim Edmonds, bunch of them.
And Shep's got something to say, I hear.
And Dwight Evans in right
field. Ooh, good one.
He's a good one. I played against him. He's a good one, but he's no Roberto Clemente.
Well, I would have
or
Clemente, Kaline, Dwight Evans.
Okay, so you would take out
Ichiro.
Yeah.
Well, he's pretty good though.
Yeah. He's fantastic.
I couldn't do that.
You can't go wrong. But that's how I would go.
Statue of Al Kaline here at the ballpark. One and 2 now on McCann.
So any other changes, Shep? That I got to adjust Griffey. I've been overruled on Griffey and overruled on anybody else.
No, I love the discussion. I think it's awesome.
Well, it's your list. You don't have to change anything if you don't want.
Well, this is a team thing, you know. I just merely threw it out there as a starting point.
Okay, we do want to add Bill Freehand to the catching trio.
We did do that as well.
All right.
We'll have an updated list tomorrow.
The crew is feverishly working on it right now.
Yeah, they're excited.
Yeah.
Well, they did a great job on it all, as they always do.
Now Claudio with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. McCann is out to end the inning, so they're not going to need their position player to come in to pitch. We go to the 9th.
the Tigers have not scored since the first inning. Normally that would not be a good thing, Simo, but in this case, I guess it's all right.
Well, it has to be all right, Mick. They're winning right now in the top of the ninth. They're 7-1. Guys, I'm going to tell you about the approach that the Tigers had against Cole Hamels today. They have seemed to be doing a number on left-handed pitching.
Hey, was that Jacoby Jones catch any good?
Oh, that catch was sick.
Even if you have seen it, you have to see it again. We'll make sure to show it to you multiple times from multiple angles. And Jacoby will tell us how he was able to make that catch in the first place. That's coming up after the game on Tigers Live. But Myra, I think first you should bring back that pace of play graphic you guys showed at the start of today's broadcast. We need to revisit that.
That always happens, you know, Nick.
Yeah, we have a fast game, and the next one kind of shuts down, but that's all right as long as the Tigers win this one. Got a wall side change now as Mr. Wilson has come on here for the ninth.
Alex Willie, good job by Blaine Hardy. So Willie come in here and clean it up.
There's a base hit to right field, maybe more. It's going to get by Castellanos and go to the wall. Extra bases and a leadoff double for Jurickson Profar.
A lot of times down 7-1, you're going to take the first pitch or take till you get a strike. Well, we know they're not going to do that right after that first pitch.
So Wilson replaces Hardy, who went 2 scoreless. Here's Joey Gallo.
2 hits and 3 strikeouts for Blaine. Very versatile. Started well. Now throwing out of the bullpen. That's what you need, is versatility. There's the shift. You can see what Tigers, why they're got 3 in there. Is kind of amazing. This is a real good graphic that our crew has made up. Have an understanding of why you see what you see.
Gallo drives this one in the air to right field. Castellanos and Goodrum. And Nick reaches over and snags it. Runner will tag and move to third.
Well, that was a good catch, but this was a great catch. Kobe Jones earlier looked like this ball was tattooed. You see the sprint speed, 24.2 feet per second, 98 feet total, and launch. You don't have the launch angle on there. Him going up over that wall. And I was expecting he didn't have it, but he held it up, and he did.
Great play by Jacoby Jones.
See that major league average, 16.4 feet per second. He's above that, well above that.
Chirinos the batter. Fly out, pop up, strikeout for Chirinos. Grounded towards second. This will get a run in, but Goodrum throws him out. 2 gone. RBI for Chirinos makes it 7-2.
Now we need to get this out, and it'll be good. Good day for the Tigers. Bullpen was used good. I think Willie, just good quick inning for him as well. He hasn't thrown as much. He's had that calf on and off throughout the year, so get him a little bit of work and get the last out here for a Tiger win.
Delano DeShields Jr. Strike 1. 29,174 today's attendance. Tigers wrap up this series tomorrow, then it's back on the road. They'll be in Tampa and then Houston.
Tampa's always scrappy.
In there, a strike call and 1-2. Yeah, it'll be a tough trip. Tampa, as you mentioned, is scrappy, and Houston, of course, the defending champs.
Yeah, they're just good. A lot of great players in the making there.
Here's the 1-2. In the air in shallow right field. It's Castellanos, and that's the ball game. Tigers ride a 7-run first win, 7-2. Now to the Call Sam Studios, Mickey York. Tigers Live postgame.
All right, Mario, thank you very much. Coming up on Tigers Live, we'll hear from Mike Fiers on his latest impressive start. And are we starting to see a trend among the Tigers starters? If you didn't see what Jacoby Jones did in this game, you got to see it again. We'll also show you and hear how he did it. And we'll show you how the Tigers ambushed Cole Hamels in the first inning today, plus Ron Gardenhire on his team's second straight win next on Tigers Live.